at last, part 4 of the speaking test of the Cambridge exams for the B2 First and C1 Advanced exams. So yeah, it's almost over. This horrible experience of the speaking exam is almost over. So you have two options really. You can relax and start thinking about what you're going to do after the exam, maybe meet some friends for a drink or go home to watch Netflix. Or you can make one final big push, one big effort to try to get the highest score possible. You can guess what I'm going to recommend. This really is an opportunity, especially this part 4, to really demonstrate your level. It's a chance to show the examiners that you can have a conversation, you have a good range of vocabulary, you have good command of the grammar. So it really is worth making just one last big effort before you can go home. So what do you have to do in this part of the exam? Well, this is really a continuation of part 3 of the exam, which we looked at in my last video. So if you want to go back and have a look at that. And this is the discussion part of the exam. So you will have to discuss questions that the examiner asks you with your partner and with the examiner. It's just like a natural conversation related to the same theme of part 3. And this is what the Cambridge English Language Assessment say about this part of the exam. So this part tests the candidate's ability to engage in a discussion based on the topics or issues raised in the collaborative task in part 3. So just to remind you, this is what part 3 looks like, the diagram in part 3. In this case, looking at the advantages and disadvantages of different types of communication. So the examiner in part 4 will ask you questions related to the advantages and disadvantages of different types of communication in this case. Obviously, in different exams, you'll have different subjects to talk about. But let's look at some example questions now. Do you think it's important to have good communication skills to do a job well? Why not? Some people say that because of modern technology, we are losing communication skills. What's your opinion? Do you think people can be taught good communication skills, or is it something we are born with? And how important do you think it is for families to find time to communicate with each other? Okay, so those are some of the typical questions you'll get in this part of the exam. But of course, you will not get those exact questions. It will be a different subject in your exam. But what you need to do now is just to try to relax and speak. Just try to have as natural a conversation as possible with the examiner and your partner. That's what the examiners are looking for. And also a good range of vocabulary. You need to demonstrate a good range of vocabulary. And that's why, as I said in my first video many months ago, in the preparation, you need to read as many different types of text as possible in English to expand your vocabulary. Not just one type of book or one type of internet article or just about your hobby. You need to read a wide range and watch a wide range of films and series and documentaries, YouTube videos. So you're getting vocabulary from a lot of different areas to help you with all of the exam, but especially the speaking part and this part in particular. So answer the questions, but also expand on your answers. Give reasons for your opinions. And it's very important to pay attention to your partner in this part of the exam more than any other part, really, because, as I said, this is a discussion. It needs to be a natural discussion. So the examiner may ask you a question related to the question they asked your partner. So your partner may be speaking about the communications at work, and then the examiner may say, "And you? Or, what do you think?" And if you're not paying attention, you'll be in trouble. You'll be stuck. So yeah, pay attention. And as I said in the last video, practice active listening. So don't just sit there biting your nails or looking at the wall or looking into space. Use your body language, your facial expressions. Nod your head, shake your head when appropriate, to demonstrate that you are really actively listening to your partner. It has to be a natural conversation, so that's part of it. Listening is part of communication as much as speaking. But when it's your turn to speak, when it's your turn to answer, yeah, try to to include as much impressive vocabulary as possible. And focus. I know it's difficult. I'm saying you should relax, but you should also focus, remain focused. You'll probably be tired by now after 10 or 12 minutes of the speaking. It's very intense, stressful experience, but just that one last big effort to get the highest score possible. Focus. Make sure you watch my next video, which I'm going to be releasing at the weekend, because I have some important information, very important news about this channel. There's some changes I'm planning to make to the channel, so make sure you watch that video. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.